Today we are going to be talking about sneaking up on sneakers. That is the name of the lesson. And before we go through the lesson, let me explain some things that's going to happen in today's lesson. First of all, sneakers are the most commonly worn shoes in our culture. Would you agree?
Yes.
For sure. In addition to that, we all need shoes throughout our day, correct? Do you agree? They provide comfort, support for our feet as we go about our active lives as students and as adults and just as people in general. Athletes, educators, parents, and workers. The design of a sneaker and all athletic shoes, as well as all shoes that you wear on a daily basis, is based on how they will be used and is designed by scientists known as bioengineers. A couple questions I want you to think about. Do you have a special pair of shoes that you use for certain sports or activities? Just think. Now think about how those shoes make your feet feel. Just think. Also think, do those shoes make a difference in how you perform a certain sport or activity? Now think about that during your activity during the day. What type of shoes you would wear, and if you had to change your shoes per the activity that you were doing. Yes.
Oh, like what's the difference between like sneakers and other shoes?
Well, we'll see.
Hush.
Today in class, you are going to play the role of a bioengineer. You have been asked by an active sports shoe company to help design a new line of shoes for a variety of sports or activities. First, you will explore foot motion in sports. To do this, you will watch a couple sports of your choice, a couple sports and activities that I'm going to show you. You're going to observe and think about the differences in foot motions and the features of the shoes and the requirements that would make them more effective for the activity or the sport. Then you will learn more about feet by taking a closer look at a foot. With all this new information, you will be better prepared to give recommendations for how to improve a sneaker for a specific sport, and maybe even create your own sneaker design. You have a form that looks like this in front of you. Everyone make sure you have that in front of you. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at different sports or activities. In this area right here, you're going to list the sport or activity we're looking at. What sport do you think is going to be first?
Basketball.
Basketball, right? Basketball. What do you need? Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. You got phones? Don't you do it then.
Put it over there.
Oh, we gotta fill up our shoes.
Right here, right here, right here. So everyone should have listed basketball for the first one. That's off.
Oh yeah, that
Now, a hypothesis. For the hypothesis, you're going to think about the shoe characteristics that would be good for this sport. So jot down some things that you think are good for basketball. First, jot them down. Yes. Thank you for telling me. May I use a pencil? Or your sneaker? Or your phone? Again, I need you in this area where it says hypothesis to jot down some characteristics that you feel are necessary and needed. What is characteristics?
features.
Features. The way that it's designed. Some designs or characteristics that you feel are needed for basketball. Everyone should be writing. You have to pay more attention because I said in the hypothesis area, the very next area that we're writing.
Oh.
said that? I put this on. I put I didn't.
So now tell me, what do you think are some characteristics or design features that a basketball shoe needs to be good for that sport? Chris, you say, what'd you say? What about grip? Grip. What kind of grip? What in the world?
Rubber.
Hold on one second. Why is this not working? Are you serious? Okay. So what kind of grip? What do you mean? Put those down. What do you say? Strong grip? What does that mean?
A lot of grip.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take a lot of grip. Where? Okay, so you say maybe Velcro. And you don't have to write what I'm writing right now. This is just some of your thoughts. Hold down the tongue of the shoe. All right? Lightweight. To give you hops. Anything else? How do we make it comfortable?
The sole very light. Soft.
Soft. So you want soft for comfort.
Oh, I got one more. Wait, yeah.
I got one too. It needs ankle support, like,
Okay.
you know,
So it needs to be supportive.
regular ankle cross shoe.
Okay? We don't care about the certain specific type of name brand of sneaker. We're just talking about different characteristics that you feel are important for this sport, basketball. What'd you say? Why?
So you,
Why do you feel that? I'm not saying you're wrong or right. I'm just saying why do you.
No, those make it more comfortable.
So air bubbles you feel are needed for what?
I got air bubbles.
Why do you feel you need those?
Air bubbles.
I'll tell you, it's for shock support. So when you do jump and you land, you are not ruining your foot or your ankle. It's going to give you support.
I know.
So I'm going to put shock support. It's like stopping you, like when if you didn't have that type of stuff and you were to take off your shoes and jump on your bare foot, that would hurt, correct? And so they're trying to support that. So shock support, and that's why you have your air bubbles.
unless you got,
What kind of scientists are you guys being right now? Bioengineers. And bioengineers are scientists that design the shoes and the sneakers that you have on your feet right now. All right. How do your feet move for this sport or activity? We're not going to answer that yet. What we're going to do is we're going to take a short view of a video of someone playing basketball, but we're just paying attention to their feet. Because we're looking to see how their feet move. While you're watching the video, in this section here where it says how do feet move for this sport, you need to jot down how their feet are moving. Practice?
okay.
Oh, why do you know I didn't got link on the basketball?
He doesn't go to practice.
That's cool. Not the lights.
Not the
Blue
least.
screen, blue screen.
Please be Kobe. Please be Kobe.
I can't even hear it.
There's no sound.
Blade.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, not phone. Oh, you gotta do big screen. So you looking at their feet. My dog was around when they were 15.
For real.
Bro, listen, you know.
Kimbo.
Let me do it again because
Kimbo.
Shush. Just watch the video.
just watch the video and watch their feet.
Bro, is this Team USA? LeBron must be on the white team. But it like people walking.
How do their feet move?
Like that, they
Like what? You gotta tell me, Kyla.
They like jump a lot.
They're jumping for sure.
They need to stop.
Huh?
Stop.
They need to be able to stop quickly. They also not only do they need to be able to stop quickly, they also need to be able to run quicker.
Excuse this interruption. We need for all on-sport teachers to report to the media center.
They also need to be able to run quick. What else? How else did their feet meet? Anybody else think anything?
Like, you kept jerking, like little, like stop and go shoot.
Okay, so like a quick fast movement.
Yeah.
Stop and go move.
Yeah.
Okay? Alright, that's cool. The next part says list 2 characteristics that would be wrong for this sport. So what that means is list 2 things, characteristics of the way a shoe designed that would not work for this sport. Kobe, what do you have?
Like a smooth bottom.
Smooth bottom.
I thought it was going to say shoot.
Why, Kobe?
Because if you have a smooth bottom, it creates less friction in your shoe.
So what would happen? Tell me here.
You are
You'd be slipping. Slipping and sliding. And you said because why, Kobe? You said something about friction. You just need to come in and get started with us. Creates less friction, he says. Good. What's another characteristic that would not work for this shoe, Marquise? Heavy shoe. Why, Marquise?
Because you can't jump as high, you can't run as fast.
He said won't jump high or run fast. I hope you're writing. Because the amount of mass will limit your amount of,
Speed.
friction.
it will limit that and your,
Speed. Push and pull.
we learned that recently in one of our labs. Which is the amount of push or pull is what? Force. Because you do realize that when you're jumping off the ground, you are pushing yourself off the ground, and that's going to limit your amount of force. And if you, yes, it will. Good, Chris. Gravity is another force that is pulling on you. So because you are heavier, the gravity is going to have a stronger pull, which means that you're going to have to give out a stronger push. And it's going to be very hard for you to get off the ground. Now, just taking it away from this for 1 second, for those of you who are basketball players and you want to be able to increase your basketball skills and earn more hops, do you think that you should wear a heavy shoe to kind of strengthen your calves to give you more jumps? Yeah, because then it's going to force you to give more push, and it's going to also, one second. It's going to also force your calf muscles to get stronger, and Chris said wear ankle weights because then you don't have to wear a heavier shoe. You just have placed more weight on you to force you to push harder. So be careful. Don't lean back.
What I was trying to say was, you should only wear like a heavy shoe during practice of your ankle.
Right, only during practice because it's practice, Iverson said. Practice. It's practice. Practice. All right, any questions about this? Okay, then let's move on to the next sport. No, it's not Monopoly, it's a dance floor.
Oh.
So this is dance. It's a clear dance floor. It's dance.
I was there.
It says Danceopoly.
Oh.
So up here, let's label this as dance. What kind of dance? Well, we'll see.
Oh, I said,
First of all, before we view dance, I'm trying to think which one. This is hip hop dance.
it's break dance.
That's working.
Hip hop, break dance, same thing.
Yeah. Should have put
What are the characteristics that you think, characteristics of a shoe that you think is important for hip hop dance? And hip hop dance is like pop lock, break dancing, that type of stuff.
Hard grip, so when you slide.
She says, hard grip. I don't know why this keeps changing on me.
that's real.
Hard grip. What do you mean by hard grip, Kyla?
Like when you stop, like it's like a.
So, to allow you to stop? So you won't slide? Okay.
Excuse me.
But if you want to slide, you slide.
So we're just listing some. You don't have to write all the ones I'm writing. You write the ones that you think are important. Kobe. He says smooth bottom. He says for less friction. Okay. Naya, I need for you to sit down and get with us right now. You have to sit down and get with us right now. What else? Seneca, you had your hand up.
I was gonna say like Kobe. I was gonna say this.
Okay.
So
So-
do like Michael Jackson.
Okay, do we think we need anything else?
Oh yeah. The ankle support, just like on a basketball shoe.
Okay, so he says ankle support.
Timberlands.
You know, you do like.
I don't think you could dance in Timberlands, but okay.
So you can do a little moonwalk and you won't.
You could do a moonwalk. What about flexibility? Do you need your shoes to be able to bend and be flexible so when like you're on your toes? Flexibility. Okay. Tanillo? Lightweight.
But they usually break dance in Timberlands, what I'm saying. They was stomping, you know.
So now we're going to watch how feet move for this dance.
You should put some.
Oh, this is ballerina. I'm sorry. I messed up. I apologize.
Oh, man.
I used to do
At
that.
least it's smooth. Like it's
You know, it's football players who do this
Oh yeah, football players do that.
for balance. Like, why? I do it. Let my mom find out.
These things, you weren't looking then. These things, do you think these things will still go? Let's change this to ballerina. Sorry.
Oh, man, no Timberlands.
Ballet.
Again, really?
Oh, I didn't know it turned.
I didn't know that either. I must got it up.
So I apologize, guys. This was ballerina.
Ballet.
You need to get
Excuse me.
Okay, let me ask you 1 second. So for ballerina, do you think we needed the hard grip?
No.
So we just crossed that off. But we did need the smooth bottom, ankle support,
No.
Wait, maybe.
flexibility.
Yes, ankle support. Yeah, no, you don't have ankle support.
Okay, well, this is a hypothesis. You're still saying ankle support, so we'll keep that. That's fine.
Or when they,
Flexibility and lightweight, yes. How did the feet move?
Like that.
Why they keep on twisting and turning?
Okay, there were twists,
they were sliding.
turns, there was sliding.
Yeah.
¿Qué más? What else? Were there any?
Jumping.
There was some jumping.
At the end.
Two characteristics that wouldn't be wrong for this activity or sport. Hard grip. Why?
You're gonna try to slide, break your ankle.
It does not allow. What does hard grip not allow? It
Bending.
doesn't allow much. Well, they can still walk. So what kind of movement though?
Oh, it doesn't allow on fall. Wait,
Sliders.
Sliding.
it's slipping, like, cause you know, the floors in there are kind of slippery.
Yeah.
You need a hard grip.
No, this says list 2 characteristics that would be wrong. Hard grip. What's another characteristic that would be wrong for this?
Oh,
Heavy shoe. Why? Why would a heavy shoe be wrong, Elena?
so you
They won't be able to move fast or
jump.
jump.
You can catch a ballerina with Timberlands.
You will not catch a ballerina moving Timberlands.
Yeah, they don't like
It's somebody, girl.
They go back and say, I'm ballerina.
Not while you're a ballerina, Nancy. All right, any questions about this?
I'm going to get some Timberlands.
All right, so let's look at the next one. This one is hip-hop dancing.
Hey, don't break dance, break your neck.
Hip-hop dance or break dance, which is a hip-hop dance.
Nah,
Hypothesis, what type of characteristics will be important for the shoe for hip-hop dance?
Timberland.
Characteristic, not type of shoe.
Hard grip.
You say you need a hard grip. That's what he says.
No.
Why?
So you won't slide and break your neck.
Okay, so he says for, it depends on the, remember, there's various types of hip-hop dancing. So maybe for the one he's talking about, he doesn't want any sliding. And maybe that's hop locking, honking.
Cause you know, when you're crumping,
All right, what else?
I can't do it.
Ankle support.
so when you want to get it wrong, move it.
Flexibility.
Okay. What else? What else do you think you need? Flexibility. Anything else?
Me.
Yes.
Light shoe.
You want a lightweight shoe.
So you can jump and do that backflip.
Okay, so he says so you can jump and do a backflip if that's the type of dance you're doing. We're going to take a look at a video for hip-hop dancing, and you will write down how feet are moving. So quickly look up so that you will see the dancing.
It's my homie right there.
There you go, got Timberlands on.
I told you. You got them Timbs. I'm wearing them tomorrow. You already know.
What is they doing?
Tyrese.
Bro, they killing it, bro.
You got
But
the
they had unity though.
You got them MC Hammer.
They ooh kill 'em. They doing the ooh kill 'em.
Oh, go.
Tyrese.
Bro,
Why
is he
his
sagging
pants
or is
so
his
low?
pants like
No,
that?
that's a different type of pants. It hangs down, but these pants are still up.
My brother got some of them, but they got like speckles.
Them
What?
things is like.
Justin Bieber's type. We gotta go hard.
Look how their feet are moving.
We'll practice tomorrow.
They sliding.
They were on the slide.
All right, how did their feet move?
Ooh.
Fast.
Fast.
Okay, he definitely said they move fast.
And feet.
Okay, well, if the example was just one person, we're just looking at their feet.
Oh,
Sliding, there was some sliding. What else was it?
Like this thing comes out to like stomp.
There was some stomping.
Stomping.
Did they jump?
Yeah.
There was some jumping. Remember, they took one foot and they slid the other. Do you think it needs to be flexible?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. So that flexibility definitely puts there.
Maybe
Ankle
it's
support. When they were bending their feet like this and they got on their toes and everything like that, that's flexible.
For your body.
Oh,
That
you got
your shoe has to be flexible to do that.
Steel toe boots on you.
Maybe he has special made Timbs. What are 2 characteristics that would be wrong for this dancing?
heavy shoes.
Heavy shoe. Why, Seneca?
Because you know when they jump, you want to get off the ground.
But you want to hear the sound when they.
What's another characteristic that would not be correct for this type of dance or this activity?
Slippery bottom.
You need some grip. So you gotta have a wrong characteristic is no grip. If you have no grip, then what's gonna happen to them?
You're gonna fall.
They are gonna fall.
You're gonna bust it in that concrete.
And constant slipping. They want some less grip or less friction so they can slide a little bit, but not too much to where they're sliding all over the place. Any questions? What about if they had cleats on to do this dance?
Oh,
my
no.
God.
So they wanted to have a little bit of grip, not a whole lot like cleats.
Miss Wiggins, if they dance for long enough for cleats on,
The bottom would wear off,
yeah, it will melt. It will all melt.
and then it'll become a whole lot of slippery. So they'll be slipping all over the place.
And they can break their ankles if he gets stuck in the rock. You know. Oh,
But you run track. When you run track, you wear
but they metal. Ooh, you kill it.
All right, so we have all of our sports filled out, correct?
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
No, we got a back.
Yeah, we do have one more on the back. So if you flip your papers over to the back.
We got 2 more.
Two more. All right, so our next sport is
Football.
football. Are you ready for some football?
Yes, I am.
Can I get the last one?
Honey, Kobe, you have to be quicker. I stopped the class and everything. Just doing something. Football. Write down your hypothesis. How you think, what are the characteristics you think would be necessary for football? Naya, we know. You weren't here. You got to just catch up with us right now. But we are. I'm not going to go back and do all of that. I'm sorry, how is it that I'm going too fast when I'm writing at the same time you all are? I'm saying it first before I even write it. Christopher, what'd you say about football? Okay, so spiky bottom, aka, yes, we are talking about descriptions. So I'm just going to put spiky bottom. And I don't know why this pen keeps changing.
Excuse me, miss. Is baseball?
I don't know, right now we're doing football. Kobe. Ankle support, he says.
Ooh. Oh, soft soul. Yes, you do.
No. It's not an argument. This is a hypothesis, which is an educated guess. When someone's guessing, we don't need to argue about it. So he says soft sole for comfort.
Yes.
Okay. What else? Flexibility, especially for the kicker.
Man, you should be a good kicker.
Huh? You know that the kickers sometimes take ballerinas to help them give them a good kick.
Oh yeah, our kicker. I think he kicks so high because he plays soccer so much. Because
That's good.
he kicked that thing all the way to the end.
Anything else? All right, then let's take a look at football. Remember, what are we looking at?
The feet.
Their feet. We're not looking at how well they play. We're just looking at how their feet are moving.
Like Trent Richardson. Uh-oh. This is like college. If it's college, it better
Kobe,
be
it's a guess. We definitely just said, if you were listening, flexibility for the kicker.
He gone. He is gone. He is gone. He is gone.
Look at his feet.
Oh my God. He got laid out. Oh my God. He got
How? Let me ask you a question, because someone had a discrepancy against flexibility. Do you think that your shoes need to be flexible for you to run? Yes, because when you're running fast, you are running on your toes. You're not running on flat feet. So you have to be able to bend your shoe some to run. So how are the feet moving? Fast. Kobe, it's not an argument. Stop it.
You don't even play football.
How else do your feet, excuse me, you're about to leave. How else do your feet need to, how else were the feet moving?
Oh, like that, was jerking. That was quick turn.
So it was like stop and go.
Yeah, like
Sharp.
I said,
Stop and go. She said sharp turns. Anything else? Now, had he been doing the Heisman, maybe he would have needed to jump a little bit. Juking, that would be stopping and going. What are some characteristics that would be wrong for this sport? Give me a characteristic, though, of a belly shoe. Soft bottom. Which means no grip. Why? Why would that be wrong?
Because you won't be able to like.
You would be sliding.
Yeah.
And we don't need a bunch of sliding people down the football field. What else would be wrong for this sport?
But yeah, heavy.
Heavy.
Yeah, because if you do all that running, you're gonna get tired.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You're putting all that weight on you.
So for this will give them no speed or agility. What's agility?
It's
I know what
like
that
move, like, you know.
Being able to move for a long period of time.
Yeah.
Like
Tyrese.
No, bro.
Stamina.
On Matt, and they was like, if your agility good as a running back, you know, your overall high.
Yeah, because you can last longer. That's stamina. Yep.
Like AP.
And flexibility. Hey. Oh, you did not raise your hand. You had to raise your hand. That's the rule.
Got you.
All right. Yes, question. And our last sport.
Let's go.
They barely even move.
What are you in?
All right. Let's take a look at baseball. Or we're going to look at baseball, but we have softball too, but we're looking at baseball. Hypothesis of what the characteristics the shoe should have for baseball. Okay, so spiky bottom. It's only in that section that the pen changes black.
Excuse me, Miss Wiggins. I was born to play baseball. My dad played baseball since he was 4. I played baseball since I was 4. My grandparents, baseball
It's in your blood. What else are some characteristics for this sport?
Helmet.
Shoe, for the characteristics of a shoe.
Oh. I know what you need.
Elena?
Ankle.
Huh?
Socks.
Light. She says lightweight.
Miss Wiggins.
Hold on. Put your hand up. Flexibility.
So you can slide.
Seneca, give me something.
You need like ankle support. Yeah, ankle support and some cushioning in your soles.
Okay, so you say
Basics. So
ankle support, cushion for comfort. Okay, that's all good. Now we're going to take a look at the sport and watch how the feet move.
You finished lying.
We'll
No,
see.
you seen it already.
Like sports center.
Yeah, Yankees.
Sorry, Yankees. You know the Red Sox. They have on.
How do you miss the ball?
That is the Red Sox. What the world?
Yeah, that's the Red Sox versus you. Really good. You say that
And we put the hammer on the Yankees. You already know.
How did his feet move? Did he slide on there?
He
No.
ran fast.
Fast running.
Yeah. And then Miss Wiggins, he ran like in a straight line.
Okay, so fast running.
Yeah, like.
But what happened? Did he keep running? He had to be able to stop.
Yeah.
Fast stop. One thing he had to have a fast stop so he wouldn't collide into the. I'm talking about the guy that was going to get the ball. He didn't want to collide into the other person. So fast stop. And another reason why they have to have a fast stop so they can stop at the
base. Yeah, because if you go to second base and you slide, you slip off the base.
What are some characteristics that would be wrong for this sport?
No grip.
No grip. Why?
Because if you try and stop, you're just gonna fall.
Okay. So sliding when you don't want to. There's some sliding that we want to do, but sliding when you don't want to. Heavy. Because why?
Because when you run, you might like trip.
Well, if there's heavy shoe,
Slow running.
no fast running. Any questions? Questions?
No.
Do you know
Okay.
a baseball player named Coco Crisp? Not for real. And he probably wanted to drop a pass too because he played for Boston.
Now what we're going to do, we're going to explore feet.
I hope I see the other feet.
We're going to explore a foot. One second. In exploring a foot, your paper has, we're going to be reporting some things.
Yeah.
No, I want to keep it like this because we're only doing one person.
You're not doing me. Seneca feet bigger than mine. Seneca feet bigger. Smallest feet in the class. I wear 4. I wear 4.
Okay. So what I will need is a volunteer. That volunteer, let me tell you what it is though first. You have to be able to take off your shoe and your sock.
Oh no!
We have to trace your foot, and then we will be wetting the bottom of your foot.
Not these corners.
So, Naya, come on.
Yo, Kobe, no.
I didn't pay. Not feet straight. I don't know.
Sit down.
Ooh, the mock.
No. Go sit down. No, go sit down. Go sit down. Go sit down. Have a seat.
Oh, they're not painted.
You just said they weren't painted. It's fine.
Stop!
Put your foot in here.
Ooh,
Guys, go sit down.
No, that's
Turn
great.
Come on. Turn that way. Kobe, go sit down. Tiaja, go sit down.
My foot went fit on that paper.
Okay, take it off.
Dang, look at
I'm going to retrace it with a marker so that we can see it. I need, if you're standing, I need for you to sit down.
Ain't nobody gonna see my
I need for you to sit down. Okay? So let me just get this set up so that you all can see it on the screen. Give me 1 second.
Oh, it's gonna be a camera.
She was trying to bite me and stuff.
Do you all see the foot?
Somebody's going on inside.
Okay? So now we are going to, Naya's going to dip her foot in a pail of water.
Is that what cold?
It's probably lukewarm, coldish a little
Is
bit.
that what cold? It sounds good.
That water cold. You ain't got no socks on, wet feet with no socks and sure.
And we're just really, Naya, you're not really Naya, you're not dipping your whole foot, just wetting your sole of your foot.
What's your soul?
Same foot. The bottom part. Yep. Okay, now just shake it off a little bit. Dip it one more time. Shake it off a little bit.
Yes, it's cold.
And then you're going to put your foot back on top of your print. Okay, sit it down. Sit it down. Push it all the way down. Stand up straight, yep.
See, Ash.
Okay. Take it off.
Ew.
All right, thank you. Okay, you can go sit down.
I was
You sit down.
Okay, I want to clap.
Hey, no tissue. Can I go get some?
Yes, you can dry it off.
Somebody throwing up the east. What the
Oh, I like that background.
Do you see the print?
Yeah, no, not really.
No. We need the light.
Turn the light on a little bit.
This one. Hey. I see it.
I see it now.
I want to see.
Okay. So, how was the trace foot, Gabriella, pay attention. How was the trace foot similar to the wet foot?
It was a foot.
It still had the same shape, right?
Yeah.
How was it different? Some areas were not all the way. Some would say some areas didn't show. What about in that one section where it kind of overlapped?
Oh.
Spread it.
The foot was kind of a little bit larger in some areas. Areas. Your bottom portion said, explain why wet and dry foot, you're not writing this because this is already on your paper. Explain why wet and dry foot are important. Stop talking back there. For foot design. For, what does it say? Doesn't say foot right. For sneaker design, not foot. Why do you think both are important? Why do you think a dry trace foot and a wet foot are important?
Because some people's feet sweat.
Well, yeah, they do sweat, but what else? Come on, Chris. Explain why. That paper towel back there. No, don't even. Why is it important? Why do you think that's important? Is your foot always the same size? Does your foot swell? Or sometimes your foot is not swollen, sometimes it is. So for the size of your foot and the comfort, let me ask you a question. Do you think when they design shoes, what size shoe do you wear? You wear a 10 and a half. Shh. Anyone else in here wear a 10 and a half? Okay. Is Tyreek's foot, without looking at it, and Tyrese's foot, do you think they're the same feet? No, but they both wear 10 and a half. So, anyone here wears 8 and a half, and ladies?
I wear a little.
Do you think my foot is the same, because I wear 8 and a half, is the same as Naya's or Kyla's foot? No, but we all wear 8 and a half. So we all got the same shoe. Would the shoe need to be comfortable on all of our feet?
Yeah.
Are we the only women who wear 8 and a half?
No.
There's millions of women who wear 8 and a half. And if they bought the same shoe, do they have to be comfortable on everyone's foot?
Yeah.
Yes. So the design of the foot, wet or dry, has to be versatile, meaning it has to be able to fit and be comfortable for every woman or majority of the women or man who wears that size of shoe. So they have to be able to design the shoe that it fits all or the majority of a specific size. So they test and see when it's dry, how is the foot? When it's wet, how is the foot? And then they make it so that it's a little bit bigger than the average 8 and a half size foot or 10 size foot so that it fits all or a majority of the people who wear that size?
Some people have flat foot.
Some people have flat feet, some people have wide feet, some people have an arch. Good. That's the same thing that's on your paper.
My feet are different.
That's the same thing that's on your paper. I just didn't have it typed. Any questions? All right. Then I'm going to pass out a paper to you. Just hold it for 1 second.
This is so sad.
Well, they crunch their toes up. That's what your toes been. You're gonna get a piece of paper that has a sneaker on it.
Why couldn't it be Kobe?
When you get this paper, just hold on to it for a second.
I'm off to make Kobe's. What's to do it? You don't want to wear them. All-Star. What?
Okay? 1 second. Guys, pay attention. Pay attention. You have something that looks like this, correct? What it is that you are going to be doing. Listen to your instructions. If you notice at the top of your paper, it says, my shoe is made for,
Kobe Bryant.
shh, be quiet. In that blank spot, you are going to put what your shoe is made for. One of those sports or activities that we talked about today.
Wait, so I can't put the spikes on my shoes?
You're going to fill in it with your activity. And then it says, with blank friction. Because remember, we're talking about friction. That's one of the major things we're talking about. This area right here is going to either have high or low friction, depending on which sport or activity you chose. And you have because the bottom is designed with, God bless you, and then put how your bottom is designed. Once you've filled in all of these blanks, then you will be able to decorate and design your shoe. Make sure your bottom is at least designed in accordance to what you've written here. Any questions?
What friction?
High or low?
So if it has spikes on it.
You tell me. That's what you're being assessed on.
But like medium?
On the back, you can put high, low, or medium, yes. On the back, you need to write your name and your block number. Again, here would go high, low, or medium. Once you have finished all of this and you have designed the bottom, then you may be creative in designing your whole shoe. But I must see this information and the bottom of your shoe must match what this said. That's what you're being graded on. Then also put your name on the back of this paper and your block number. Go ahead and do that now. This concludes the lesson. Hold on 1 second.
Can I put it in my
Gotta spell my name.
Thank you.